Hi there. Thanks for staying. Welcome back here on the show. This is Prime Morning. It's time for us to get into News Flash. Just gone by was news on News Flash, and also fellow Ghanaians by Koko Asante returns God willing tomorrow as well. But would like to say a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise, still folks, Papa Pathie, and Kowa Natural Fruit Juice, who also helping us have conversations here on News Flash. And this morning we've got two things to take a look at. We're looking at Galamsey and what it will cost to restore the water bodies to their original state. And also State of the Nation's address tomorrow. His Excellency, the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, will be addressing the nation. What are people expecting to hear the President say? We'll look at all of that here on the show as well. You can also join us with the conversations we're having here. We're streaming live on Facebook. You can drop your messages over there. And also on WhatsApp, you can send your messages. So we'll be reading all of them here. In fact, many of them, if not all of them, here on the show. So please do well and be interactive. We've got some of the newspapers over here. We'll be checking what they are reporting on the front pages, and then we'll get into the conversation. My guests are already seated, and so we'll be getting into that also pretty shortly. But like I said, if you definitely want to change your phone, it has to be Franco Trading Enterprise. That's where you can get the very best when it comes to gadgets. If you want Samsung, if you want Nokia, if you want iPhones, the best place you can go is Franco Trading Enterprise. We've got some accessories for you as well, so you can also buy from us. Those of you who want to buy your microwaves, your blenders, your air conditionings, your CCTV cameras, and all of those, big televisions that you need, Franco Trading Enterprise is your best bet. We've got branches here in the country, and all you have to do is to just download the app. It's Google Play Store. It's the Franco Trading app, and you're good to go. You can get all the branches, the things we have in store for you, and also the numbers you can always call us on and all that. And you can also download the app. Once you're done with that, you'll be able to also have access to many other things that we're bringing you, discounts and all of that. Our website is www.francotrading.com. Franco Trading Enterprise says still phones, Papa Pathie, and we're excited about it. Now, Kowa Natural Fruit Juice is what you need as you go about your daily activities. Anytime you think about quenching your thirst, make sure you're grabbing yourself Kowa Natural Fruit Juice. It's very healthy for you. It's good for the kids, the family, the entire family. And you need to make sure that you're buying for your friends, your loved ones out there. And every single one of them that you buy goes a long way to motivate the Ghanaian cocoa farmer, because it's made right here in Ghana, and it's made from the cocoa that we cherish so much. So please go ahead and enjoy the very best of it. It's Kowa Natural Fruit Juice. We say do right, sip by sip. All right, I'll be telling you some of the things that you need to experience with Joy Prime coming March. Next week, we're going to be entering into the Ghana month, and I'm sure you're excited about it because we get to represent ourselves as a people, as a nation. We've got some very special things that we're putting together for you here on Joy Prime. I'll be sharing that with you as we progress here on the show. But this morning, let me introduce my guest in the studio, and then we'll look at the front page of the various newspapers that we have. I've got over here with me Mr. Richard Suma. He is the Deputy General Secretary for the United Party. And he tells me a lot this morning that they're actually on course and they've got a lot of things that they're doing that we'll be seeing very soon. Yeah, definitely so. Like I indicated to you, party is all about structures. Therefore, you cannot operate a political party in a vacuum. And you cannot be gallivanting around claiming you are a political party when you don't have structures in place. Therefore, as a United Party, we are assiduously working on our regional offices, which we are done with all the 16 regions. Okay. And we are now snowballing to the constituency level, where we are trying to get all the offices established in the various constituencies. At least about 200 out of the 276, we need to have offices in there. That will give us the pedigree, and to be able to then now go in for our final gazetted certificate. Then after that, the entire Ghanaian population will hear about the party and what we mean and what we intend to do when given the opportunity to govern this country one day. Absolutely. To come. Yes. Absolutely. We look forward to it. And that's Richard joining me this morning. I'm grateful for your time. Also joining us here on the show this morning is Mr. Theophilus Jimega. Junior Esquire. I love his name so much.
That's my senior. That's my senior bro.
I love the name. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't know what it means, but
Sharp
I think
man.
it's a very powerful name.
Yeah. Big heart. G is heart.
Oh, you're trying to help us there. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you, my brother. It's been a while.
Yes, I know. Good to see you.
Yes, pleasure. Two things. Today is the birthday of a young man who is director of legal for NDC. Eduji.
Yep.
Today is his birthday.
Oh.
His friends say he's a conclave surgeon. I don't know what that means. Yes, Eduji Kujo Tamakulu.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, director. Secondly, the name is actually a sentence. Yes, Ega, Jim Ega, the one who sits on money.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
That's
really
cool.
Yes, Ega, Jim Ega. It's a sentence. Yes.
Okay.
So previously, the great-great-granddad, people used to sit on money in public to show how rich they were.
Yeah.
But the custom was fading, but he kept sitting on his money still. Then they said, that man, the one who sits on money. So it was a nickname and became his surname. So
I see.
Yes.
So where did you take the first one to? You decided to drop that one.
Yes, with time, that's one.
That faded.
Yes,
Okay.
It became Ejimega, then it became Ejimega.
So Ejimega is basically money.
Ega.
Jimega.
The one who sits on money.
So if you remove the one who sits,
yes,
the Jimega now becomes what?
The one who is on top.
Okay.
Ejimega.
Oh, okay.
The one who is on top.
Okay.
So literally, I'm quite rich. But
no, you are.
Yes,
really.
Yes.
He's a rich man.
He's a rich man.
Yes.
He's a rich man.
So yes, good morning to my good people from Hohwe, wherever you are, and good morning to your viewers and online and real-time TV.
I'm grateful for your time this morning as well, and we'll be getting into the major conversation. But let's look at the front page of the Daily Graphic this morning, and it's reporting on a few issues. It says, Graphic Business Stanbic Bank Forum experts push public transport reforms, and absentee doctors to be removed from payroll. Ministry of Health is saying so. Reverend Wingam urges Christians not to compromise principles. Page 13 has got a story on that. And footballer sentenced to life in prison for murder. Page 25, we got a story on that as well. Nobody looked. Family of hit and run victim griefs. And that's a very, very sad story that has been going on for some days now. The 29-year-old man who lost his life. And it's brought a bit of shake-up and reform in terms of our health, sector. I don't think anybody is supposed to go through a situation like that in a country that we believe that every life matter. We wouldn't be discussing this in any way. I mean, he had to hold his own life for about 2 hours only to get to the hospital, and just a timely intervention that he couldn't experience actually made him lose his life. I think nobody should be going through, such situation for whatever reason. Anyway, we our condolences to the entire family, and may the good Lord keep him. The Chronicle this morning says that IGP to promote hard-working officers who arrested Sami Jemfi's in-laws killers, others who cracked crime rings in Tema and Hafo to be rewarded. And the BOG boss defends recent forex directives. That's also captured on the front page of the Chronicle. And for the some, inspiration from the Bible this morning is taken from Psalm 128, verse 2. And it says, you shall eat the fruit of the labor of your hands. You shall be blessed, and it shall be well with you. You didn't say amen.
Amen. I hope you quoted it well anyway.
I did. That's Psalm 128, verse 2.
You don't want any reverse direction of any psalm.
I know. The Daily Gist this morning says, after forcing goose in 85 million Ghana cedis transit goods scam. It has a big question mark over there, by the way. And you can get the full story on page 3 of the Daily Gist this morning. CID grills editors over myth boss scandal. And Christian Council visits Baumia. And we saw Angido over there, and people are questioning. And well, it is believed that he's a member of the Christian Council, so he has every right to be there.
You do.
I've been seeing Medra gets live jail. NDC security couple named in Galamsey. Mahama defends cocoa price haircut as Clark's protest, and that's also on page 2 and 6. You can read about it in the Daily Gist. Now, the Ghanaian publisher this morning says CID grills editors over myth CEO stories, and the Ghana Link ends ISO 2700 2022 certification for new data center, and Sami Jemfi's father-in-law made police grab key suspects, and Fidelity Bank launches Green London Fund, retrofitted labs to train job-ready biomedical engineers. That's the Ghanaian publisher. Let's get to the Accra Times, and it says no more inflated contracts as Mahama directs Finance Minister to lay value for money office bill in Parliament. And Afinyoma can task government to fulfill promises. And GRE touts credentials of new customs boss as government kicks in efforts to strengthen customs administration. So Mr. Anand Ero Kano is actually the acting commissioner for customs division now. And well, we wish him the very best. The last one is the new finder, and it says bond market turnover falls to 2.8 billion Ghana cedis as market activity is expected to remain relatively subdued, and Ghana to establish specialized cyber courts, and Finance Minister urges private sector to lower prices amid economic gains. Rising power tariffs a risk to 24-hour economy. Absolutely. I mean, you can't have a 24-hour economy when people are sleeping in darkness. I slept in darkness yesterday for whatever reason it was. I'm still here to find out why the lights went off yesterday. Until this morning, I still don't have lights. And many other people have also complained about it.
Sure, yeah.
So, yes, especially when we have the 24-hour economy sitting somewhere, rearing its heads, gradually coming into the picture and all of that, you do not expect that people will have problems with electricity. Roxanne, the PR of the ACG, has been trying to explain why some places have experienced, darkness for the last 2 weeks or so now. And well, we still do not want a justification of it. If it's a problem that has to be solved, it has to be solved, and that's the reason why, people are paying all the bills that they are paying for the tariffs. And so let's try and solve the problems, and ensure that people are able to do what they have to do. If you want 24-hour economy to achieve what you wanted to achieve. Anyway, that's just a bit of it for the ECG. And I'm not excited that I slept in darkness. And that's the reason why I'm saying this. Yes, I'm not happy about it.
Take it.
So many other people are not happy about sleeping in darkness as well. So please, let's solve the problem. Let's solve it. Anyway, Richard, you slept in darkness too? Or you have
it fluctuates, but I can't say it is it's a systemic issue, and we've had it over the ages. So sometimes when your light goes off, it could be technical. So just anticipate that.
But they say they are fixing some transformers.
Yeah. Yesterday I also had light out, but at least I got to know that it was a technical issue and it was being resolved. And before I got home, actually it has been resolved. So, it's part of the system, so we can't blame this on government.
Yes, but we have to always also be on them so that, because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is to ensure that whatever the government wants to do succeeds.
Oh, of course.
The 24-hour economy is the major thing.
Of course.
That we all want to see.
If assuming we say we don't have sufficient installed capacity to produce sufficient power to power industry, that is a different subject matter.
Yeah.
But if you have sufficient installed capacity to power industries, then it's a matter of just augmenting the system, recalibrate it very well to ensure efficiency, then dedicate some for the operations of the 24-hour participants.
We really want 24-hour economy.
I think I sort of share your frustration because you have traveled a lot. And you have been in countries where you've never known that there has ever been anything like light off.
Yeah.
Yes. I stayed in UK for 30 years. Yeah. Yes, I've experienced it once. Some boys set fire to the transformer. I've experienced it once. It didn't take long. I work in the energy sector too. We have outages. Like Richard is trying to explain. This could be an outage. In fact, you mentioned Roxanne, that's why I kept quiet. Because Sunday, my area, we had light off. I sent a message that, hey, it looks like from Adenta to Dodowa, there's something. I said, they are working on it. I mean, after about maybe 30 minutes to an hour, it came back. So, yes, let's give them the praise where it's due. Let's give them the push and the support where it's due and alert them to do the right thing. Yeah. So I think that you are still in the good place saying it. But before I land, there's a young man who says I should tell you he always watches from Ho. He's called Jidepo Agbavo. And says that you are doing good job. And he said, lawyer, kindly tell your host. So Jidepo Agbavo, host, Poji, NDC chairman, yes, I've passed your message on.
Oh, thank you.
Yes,
thank you. I mean, I'm from Klefe.
Yes.
So that's like 10, 15 minutes from home.
Yes.
So that's my area.
When you are angry, you can just walk to Klefe.
No, you can just walk. You only have to climb.
Yes.
You have energy, you can do it.
Climb and you are there. Yes.
I'll look for you whenever I'm in home.
And before you go on, I saw a headline that about the guy who was sentenced to life imprisonment for murder.
Yeah.
Yes, I might be upfront to say I was the lead lawyer for him.
Oh.
Yes, and this case has brought into fore an issue which has hitherto been not dealt with a lot. If we really know the story, this was a guy who apparently pleaded guilty with insanity as the defense. And there had been history, there had been collaboration by the psychiatrist that the guy had schizophrenia.
Oh.
Yes, and the background to the story is that when the uncle realized the guy was behaving oddly, he reported to the police that, help get this guy to hospital for me. Indeed, the police picked him and left him. That was when the first murder took place. So I can tell you that almost all the police hierarchy then were transferred. The Dampare administration paid for the funerals because they felt that they were also a bit negligent there. Then the second instance, he bent the mother's room, the living room, and they took him to the police again. The police took him to the hospital, and one said, I know the doctor. And the doctor said, no, go get the forms and come back. And the way I'm looking at the guy, he will not take the tablets. Let's inject him. And the police left him with the doctor and disappeared. And that was when the second murder took place. So thereafter, I mean, even when he was arrested, few things happened. When he was brought, one of the reasons why the trial took so long was that the government's assessment, the prosecution's assessment, the psychiatrists from mental hospital and from the police hospital all said the guy was not fit to stand trial then because he wasn't aware of what was happening. So mental health is real.
Yeah.
That aside, we still will be appealing because we feel that he should be detained at the pleasure of the president for him to have proper psychiatric treatment, not to be sent for life imprisonment. Okay. Because to be detained at the pleasure of the president could equally be life anyway, until it is seen that you are cleared and you are not a danger to yourself, a danger to society, and for your own safety. So we will be appealing. My brother, Faustinus Irulabo, he worked very hard on the case whilst I was away, and we did the case pro bono, actually. Yes, because we wanted, and see, I wear many hats. I'm a mental health nurse too. I did it in London Southwark University. So we saw that this was an issue we can bite into. I pray that the journalists will go to to dig deeper, so that they'll bring some of these things to the fore for people to know that mental health is real. Instead of all saying that, oh, Isakawa, to the extent that somebody said he deals in body parts and et cetera, et cetera. I mean, so mental health is real. Let's get to that,
Absolutely. Thank you so much, lawyer. And I'm sure that, if we all support, in getting some of these things out there and making sure that some of these issues come to the light, we'll be able to make, a better decision moving forward. And It takes us to our next conversation, our very first conversation, by the way, and we're still looking at the issue of Galamsey. I'm sure Richard is very, very particular about the issue of Galamsey and very passionate about it as well. Richard, we would need about 35 million Ghana cedis to be able to restore the polluted Brim River, just the Brim River alone, about 35 million US dollars that we're talking about here. The EPA boss, the Chief Executive Officer of the Environmental Protection Authority, Nanama Brown-Kluche, has been speaking about it, and she's revealed that we need about 35 million to be able to completely restore the Brim River, which has been severely polluted by illegal mining activities. She also disclosed that application of ionic nano copper technology at Chebi Edukrom in the eastern region on Tuesday, they've actually put one before, and she also explained that there's a pilot that is ongoing at the moment. So it looks like we're getting there, but the figures involved in restoring this could have been used for something beneficial to this country.
Yeah, first of all, let me use this your noble platform to extend good morning to all the people of Ho Central, to all the leadership of the United Party, and to one good brother of mine, Michael August. He is the registrar of King's University College. So I would like to extend a warm good morning to Michael, the registrar of KUC this morning. And to the media fraternity, you know, there is one lady called Kafui Hianji. Kafui Hianji happens to be the executive secretary of GIBA, that is the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association. And she passed on, unfortunately, due to some ill health. And the funeral will be held come Saturday at the Christ the King Church. So to the media fraternity, you have lost your executive secretary. So I would like to stand on this protocol and this prestige platform to extend warm invitation to all people within the media fraternity to come on with us. She is also a cousin of mine, so I am actually one of the bereaved family members. So I think I would like to use this opportunity to extend warm invitation to all manner of Ghanaians to come and mourn with us. So you see, as a matter of fact, when you are talking about Galamsey, we've been saying this over and over and over again that, you see, you cannot be doing the same thing over and over again and expect a new result. Now, if you look at this Galamsey issue, you realize that it has overwhelmed us now, and we are now not seeing the way very clear. In as much as we can admit that this new government is doing its best, putting in the best effort they can to ensure that they reclaim the forest, they stop the mining directly on the water bodies, they're able to restore the water bodies to at least an appreciable level, where we've all come to understand that the pollution or the turbidity level of these river bodies have escalated. And in as much as they have escalated, we know vividly well that it's going to come at a cost for you to restore it to its original state, for it to be consumable for humans and for aquatic life. But if you want to deploy this kind of ionic copper nanotechnology, you need to appreciate the fact that you need to talk about two things: sustainability. Sustainability.
Yeah.
The key issue is that, and this one too, is a liquid-based technology. It's not a solid base where you said you are depositing it in the water and at a particular place. So when the flow is happening, let's say you deposit it at the source of the river, okay? Therefore, anything that is coming from that source to the estuary, wherever the river ends, you are ensuring that the water body or the Brim River is completely safe. But here lies the case. We are saying that you need about $200,000 per kilometer.
Yeah.
Per kilometer. So if it is $200,000 per kilometer, how do you sustain such a project? How do you sustain it? And who funds it? EPA is talking about it's an internally generated fund. How much is EPA generated per annum? How much are they generating? So if you are not generating in the excess of $10 billion per annum, how then do you embark on such a what do I call it, a huge project? But my concern is all about the application process, the source of funding, sustainability. And we are not also talking only about the Brim River. There are all manner of rivers across the country which are heavily polluted. So if we are going on this tangent, we need to ask ourselves the basic questions. How are we going to raise sufficient funding? Now they are asking corporate bodies, they are asking government to come on board. They have submitted a budget to government. government that is already struggling to pay all manner of debts that have been able to accumulate over the years since they took over. And we also have maturing debt, and we also have things that we need to take care of. We also have this tomato crisis where our mothers and our sisters, our brothers were killed in Burkina Faso simply because we cannot even grow tomatoes as a country to feed ourselves. We cannot. So if you look at the plethora of issues that are surrounding our inability to be self-sufficient as a country, why do you go waste such a money to say you are going to purify the water at this gargantuan amount or at this gargantuan cost to the detriment of who? That is the question we need to ask. Are you getting my point?
Yeah.
And even if we do further research to find out if, assuming we deposit this ionic copper technology in that let's say a kilometer stretch of the river, how long is it going to last? There is no specific data that tells you that it's even going to last for a week or a month. They're telling you about 24 hours. So does that mean every 24 hours we have to pour 200,000 cedis in Birim River? Oh my God. You know what $200,000 can do when we are talking about no bed syndrome? Well, like my senior brother was saying, that look, let me tell you, every civilized jurisdiction, every country that is worth dying for, first, scale of preference, children, women, aged, mentally retarded people.
Before men?
No place for men?
No.
Oh, really?
No place for men.
That's sad.
No place for men.
Even if you
because men are assumed to be strong enough
and to be okay,
capable of taking care of themselves regardless of the challenges. But you see, women are more vulnerable, children are vulnerable, the aged are vulnerable. For instance, like this legal issue that my senior brother is talking about. For someone should be given a life sentence where maybe there are some underlying factors that suggest that this person has mental deficiencies. Are you getting my point? So are you solving the problem or you are aggravating the problem? Are you getting my argument? So the argument should be scale of preference, where we prioritize our monies. Where do we put our money that can bring us back some returns on investment? But if you are going to put these kinds of money into restoring river bodies, which is not sustainable, that is the only point I'm raising.
It still continues to be a threat to us as humans.
No, this issue has to be resolved organically. This issue has to be resolved organically. The river bodies have to get back to their natural state organically. It shouldn't be by depositing $200,000 per each kilometer.
How long would it take for that to be able to restore organically?
Yeah, that is why we are still fighting. That is why we are still putting forward all the proposals as to what we can do to ban mining activity actually on the river. On the river, with the chamfans and all this, we must ban it. And we must also create reasonable, sufficient, tangible jobs for people to latch on, so that instead of they going to the Galamsey, there should be multiple options available to them. That is why government is now saying that they have passed the bill that is establishing the 24-hour secretariat. My thinking is that with that one, it's supposed to be like a hybrid model. Well, if government to leave everything entirely to private individual, there is no job that is going to be created that will run 24 hours. Except you are telling me state institution, as we speak today, how many state-owned enterprises do we have? How many state-owned enterprises do we have? People will tell you that we don't need government-led initiative. Who told you? Who told you? It's hybrid economic management model that have been practiced globally. Private sector with public sector, collaboration, forge a common alliance to create sufficient jobs, build factories. So I still bring my argument down to the fact that we cannot even grow tomatoes sufficient enough. Now you know that there's scarcity of ginger. Now there's scarcity of tomatoes because the women have refused that they won't go to Burkina again because they are afraid. So now people are even putting forward the argument that, oh, even the military should now start doing what? Providing escort. You provide escort for people from Ghana to go and buy tomatoes in Burkina at whose cost? At whose cost? So let us define our scale of preference as a country and identify where we can work hard and make sure this place becomes like a cash cow for us. When we plow back the investment into other subsectors of the economy. But if it is Galamsey, and we are talking about how much $35 million, do you know what $35 million can do? My brother, Center for Scientific Research is here. The research of varieties of tomato seedlings that we can plant here that will be more durable than the one they are planting in Burkina Faso. Are we not even underfunding CSIR? We are underfunding them. We are not even equipping them well enough to do anything. And do you know, even with what we call nuclear technology, There is something we call radiation in nuclear technology. And radiation is safe for human consumption, which means that you can even grow tomatoes, grow corn, grow all these things, take them through the radiation process, and it can last even for the next 10 years without getting bad. Nuclear technology, Kwame Nkrumah established the atomic sector there for you for research. And nuclear technology can do that you can preserve things that is safe enough for human consumption for 10, 20 years. So why are we doing all these things to ourselves? You come out with various mushroom programs, various unsustainable activities in the name of we are trying to do something.
Not possible.
I don't want to talk too much. Okay. I want my senior brother to make
thank you, Richard. We'll also be joined by Kwame Owiredu. He's part of the legal team, the legal directorate for the NPP. Good morning, I hope you.
Good morning, KMG. I'm great. Yourself? You're looking good. I like your hairstyle.
You're not looking bad.
But I hear you're supposed to be wearing fugu on Wednesdays.
I was about praising you for that.
Well, the only person who managed to wear some fugu today. That means
I go to the office and remembered.
Oh. you know, they are not doing much in terms of advertising it. So probably on Tuesday night, we should have some bit of information and prompting.
A reminder.
Yes, a prompting that tomorrow is Wednesday. And yes.
I know council will disagree.
No, so did you wear it because today is Wednesday?
I used to wear it. I'm an Africanist.
I had problem how to wear it today because from here I'm going to court. And on the days that I appear and go to court, after this you go back to the office and change into the attire sometimes, because the profession is that when you wear the legal dress on set like this, you're advertising. And you are not to do that. Senior will tell you.
Yes, exactly.
So sometimes, so today I had a lot of
conflict
of what I saw, but that aside, I think I'll make it up with the fugu in the evening.
You should.
I have to. I mean, I feel bad that
maybe council will.
Yes, we will all try. I mean, it's a good initiative. Fugu is a good export for us, and I think it's something we can sustain. Unlike the copper nano technology that is not sustainable, and it's just a small screen. I don't know if I have my time yet.
Oh, I'll come back to you. Let me let.
I think when the president met the CSOs for the Galamsey briefing. Professor Amakluche was there, and she mentioned that this technology will be piloted. So at this stage, we are at the pilot phase. And if it is going to be, remember, I'm also a water resources engineer. I've gone through, read about the technology, what the technology does, and UMAT has also piloted a similar thing, that they make the turbidity go down, so the water becomes clear. So the particles are made heavier, so that they are able to sink to the bottom of the water body. Now, there's also a risk that there are some aquatic life that are on the bottom. But the technology they use is also good for human consumption. However, whatever they would like to pull down to the bottom of the water body is the problem. So, for example, assuming a particle contains cyanide that has now been added to this copper, that it pulls, the weight becomes heavier, that it goes down. Then whatever is flowing is now settled on the water body, or water bed. That is the problem. About the sustainability, yes, this is a pilot phase. They say $200,000 per kilometer. Now, as he said, is it going to be the middle of the stream, the beginning of the stream, the end of the stream? Which side are we going to use it for? We cannot use it. This is only for Birim. And we have about 5 or 6 others, very big rivers that are polluted. I think the best thing is our attitudinal change. That's the first one. There are some communities, no matter how. Recently, someone was talking about mining in Oti and Volta. And I asked the person, have you gone to Oti recently? Drive from Hawaii towards Jessica. You see giant billboards sponsored by the indigenes to say you carry out any prospecting for minerals at your own risk. We cannot guarantee your safety. Don't come. Oh, yes, the citizens themselves. Yeah. Don't come and carry out any prospecting for any minerals here. You see different, from Santo Coffee Brewery towards Jessica. You see different ones. And they are warning you that don't try it here. So much as we want to eat our cake and have it, we, the indigenes, must also be able to rise up to say, no, we don't want this in our community.
Yeah.
I was only a bit taken aback when my brother went to, that question that they used to ask that at this juncture, one may ask, what is a gamma lizard? And when your apport didn't drop and you set up your question, because he went on this tomato.
Oh, and what was scale of preference? What was the scale of preference?
I think my extension has to do with how much money we are.
We needed to grow tomato.
When the tomato is coming into the water, the water thing.
It hurts me so much when...
Now, so if we come back to the EPA thing,
they
say currently they are using their own internally generated funds, but that is equally not sustainable. But I am of the view that going forward, if we have agreed that this is the technology we are going to use, then those supplying us with the materials might say the economies of scale. You are now ordering on large scale, so it will be this way, less than what you use for the piloting. However, the bigger question is, after we clean the water body, what happens next? When somebody comes again and starts the illegal mining, then we are going to spend that amount of money again to clean the water body. But largely, I'm not saying we should be shouting now. You will notice that the noise about, or the I don't know the word, for lack of better word, the noise about Galamsey is dying down. It isn't that people are tired, but it is because that a lot of work is going in. Yes, the Joy News Erastus has been reporting. We don't see it up there in you. Until recently, before you listen to Joy News, it's hashtag Stop Galamsey. Maybe you are tired. You hardly hear it.
I'm not sure this.
Well, we still do it. As for us, until we see that it is totally dealt with.
Look at the work of NIMOX. NIMOX is actually grinding small. They are getting there. So for this technology, it's a welcome one. But the sustainability is what we look at. And indeed, to be fair to Professor Amakuluche, when the president made the CSO, someone asked, how much will this cost us as a nation to totally treat our water bodies? And the figure could not be produced because they don't know where the technology will land. I would rather urge that with what School of Mines, that is UMAT, has proposed, that they can equally do similar one, where they also cause the heavy particles to settle so that we'll have cleaner water. I think that they should partner with UMAT to get a better locally, as my brother would say, locally improved or locally...
But why are we not even using that as our first call?
Yes.
These are institutions that we are
giving
them
that is why I'm saying yes. Yes, they need to collaborate so that we have a homegrown solution to our homegrown problem. That is the first thing I'll do. But they might have their own reasons why they're going. Perhaps the UMAT one is not one that is scalable, large scale. But let's...
So equip them to get to that level.
It's early days yet. Let's see what will come out from that side.
Okay. Very well. Let me go to Lawyer Owiredu.
Yes, my brother. Good morning once again to my fellow panelists, as well as your viewers. And let me use this platform of yours to encourage all NPP members. We've started a massive registration exercise where we intend to register all our members. And it's for good reason. It's for usage by our research team and all that. So if you're an NPP member, right from the 1st of March till the end of March, we are registering members where you'll be provided card and means to pay your dues as well. So please...
I see my brother Kwesi Kwating's flyer on this.
Yes, so please be encouraged.
Join NPP.
Yes, join NPP. If you see what they are doing now, you would...
But the NDC did the same. I saw the regional minister also posted, join the NDC now.
They are always
the Ashanti regional minister.
Yes, they are always corporate.
No, but they started
the way we are going about ours is different because it's tied to dues and all that. It has other things.
Theirs was based on the promise by the flag bearer that when we come in power, we'll look at. No, he told us.
You see, so please, fellow patriots, from the 1st of March to the 31st of March, we are registering every member. Please go to your constituency and make sure you're registered. Having said that, my brother KMG, trust the NDC to provide small screens when they think that they are sinking down the drain. This whole idea about copper technology is something to save face because they have failed massively in their fight against Galamsey. They said so many things when they were in opposition. I, before law, was a chemistry teacher. I studied chemistry, so I know more of this scientific stuff. It is really not a novel something. Copper technology has been used as water purification for some time now, just that it is temporal. because of how it works. So copper has huge chemical properties such that it reacts with a lot of metals. So what it does is if you introduce it into the water, it binds with all the other metals which may be in the water and forms a sediment. So you get a layer which is clean. But this is not sustainable and it is temporal because what happens to the sediment over time? So what you do is the copper just takes out the heavy metals and sinks them down. So you have a layer which is clear. But over time, what happens to the sediment? So it is always a temporal means of purification. The other issue with even that technology is the fact that the application, because you need to know the turbidity and the mode of application and all that. And take the Brim River, for example. It's over 80 kilometers. If one is costing $200,000, the entire 80 kilometers, talk about the Pra, which is over 250 kilometers, the Ankobra. So it is never sustainable. And even with that, the Brim River, for instance, has tributaries. Other rivers flow into that. So if you clean the Brim River, and the rivers flowing into Brim River are contaminated, what have you done? So it is just a way to get us to stop discussing the fellow and the fight against illegal mining. It's never going to work because trust me, take the Pra, for instance, 250 kilometers, and you said 1 kilometer costs about how much? $200,000.
Yeah.
If you should do that multiplication by 250, who is going to pay for that money?
Internally generated funds.
Who is going to pay for that huge sums of money? And even if you listen to Prof Kluche, it's a good initiative, but she was even suggesting that they could bring the illegal miners in to help with the payments. What are you trying to tell them? Pollute and pay later? Is that how we want to fight galamsey? It is because they want to get people like you. You know, the way he was comfortably talking about the fact that Joy FM has stopped the Stop Galamsey hashtag.
Well, we have
it is not true. Joy FM hasn't stopped it. It tells you that they are very uncomfortable about the state of affairs when it comes to illegal mining. And they are just bringing all these things up as a cover-up. Because it is so not sustainable because of the nature of the mechanism itself. Because you can't do it for a longer period. Because the layer itself becomes another problem. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The copper absorbs all the metals, reacts with them, and sends them down. Over time, what happens? That is why we have told them that, you see, when they have to apologize to Ghanaians, so we all come on board and decide what to do, they should do it. They should just come clean and say that, you know what, we spoke too much. We can't fight illegal mining. Let us come together as a country and proffer ideas. Because this whole idea of purifying one river, I am an Achim person. I'll be very happy that the Brim River, because it flows through where I come from, Achim Kusi. I'll be very much happy if the Brim River is cleaned and cleared. But that is not the best approach. When we were in power, we started dredging because we knew there are a lot of sand sediments and other sediments beneath the Brim River. That was the best approach. But if you bring in chemicalization to just take away heavy metals, what have you done?
But why are they not seeing your best approach?
Oh, you see, when I am from a mining area, I'm from Akwetia constituency, so I understand mining. One major factor in mining is water, because you need water to do the washing and all that. That is where we have come in as NPP and said, oh, some of these areas, the government can come up with dams. So if, for instance, you declare an area, like Dr. Baumia said, as a mining enclave, so we have an identifiable area and declare it as a mining enclave for small scale, medium scale and all that, then the government comes in with damming to provide water, because if they don't have water, they will attack the river. So if we dam and put in channels through the mining site, it will be a sustainable way from saving our rivers from being used by the illegal miners.
During your administration, your president put his job on the line for this.
Yes,
he knew
did.
that there was supposed to have been dams that would have saved the situation way bigger than we're seeing right
KMJ,
now.
I can tell
Did you
you
start any of that?
I can tell you on authority that when it comes to illegal mining, the NPP administration did far better than what the
Yeah, but you had a better approach to solving the problem, which you're telling me now.
Yes.
And I'm asking, did you prefer this in solving the problem at the time?
You see, we started first and foremost with legislation. It was a process. So if you would remember, the sanctioning regime for illegal mining was enhanced. That if you went into illegal mining, it was around 1 year, 2 years, but now 15 years and all that. So we started that using the legislation, using law, that this is what we want to do to deter people from going into illegal mining. That was very good. And you remember, it gained a lot of it drew a lot of bad blood, because why should somebody go in 15 years for illegal mining? The president put his presidency on the line. He again did training. If you remember, he sent people miners to training schools in Takwa, to just be trained about this. So it was a process that we had started. And
that didn't finish.
That didn't finish.
You expected that the NDC
but
would have
they never
continued.
gave us breathing space because they were proffering all manner of ideas. And here we are, one of the ideas is to what? Clean water temporarily. It can never be a solution for illegal mining because what they are trying to do is to just sway the public discussions and discourse from discussing their failure in illegal. What have we seen? People are fighting 9 months. Have you not heard it? That people are ganging up, snatching guns.
But that was expected. I mean, if you're coming to stop me from doing what I'm doing illegally,
yes,
and I'm losing that space, I'll definitely fight.
Were we not in this country?
They would have done same if the NPP brought up.
Were we
this
not
idea.
in this country when functionaries of the NDC said that if the president is minded to stop illegal mining within 3 months, he could do that? Why has that not been done? So I am just saying that in as much as I appreciate the introduction of this nanotechnology by Prof. Kuluchi, it is no solution. It can never, even in terms of water purification, it is not a permanent or a long-term means of water purification because what you do with the sediments, like I asked, and it is also the case that there's a lot of research about the aquatic resistance to that copper technology. Some are saying that, yes, some animals in the river can withstand, but not all of them. So even with that, that's a threat to aquatic habitats because we cannot tell if the threshold of the application would be something that the aquatic
will be able to survive.
So that for me, I think has come in because Galamsey issue is up, failure and the haircut in cocoa sector is up. So they want a discussion. Trust the NDC, they throw in such things to just sway the public discussions.
And play with the minds of the people
because you know it is not sustainable, but yet you put it out there and we are discussing it this morning. He brought issues of tomato. My colleague counsel was quick to say, we are not discussing tomatoes, you see? Because, yes, he was quick to say...
So this was just an idea to make sure that we shift attention.
He was quick to say that... He was quick to say we are not discussing tomatoes. Why? Because they want all of us to discuss nanotechnology. They know very well, Prof knows very well. He's also a science person. That it has never been used as a long-term purification method. It is always temporary. So, for instance, if a sewage system spills into a water treatment, they use it quickly, like it is a temporal means, because you cannot do anything about the sediment it creates, and you cannot use it as a long-term measure. But here we are creating, your cameras are all over there yesterday, as if that is the solution to illegal mining. It is not. We will still continue to discuss the failures of this government. We will still continue to discuss the haircuts in the cocoa sector. We will still tell them to their faces that they have failed in the fight against Galamsey.
Quick one.
Let me just...
I'll come to you.
Yes, I kept very...
Go ahead.
So let me just explain to Ghanaians here that, yes, in as much as the introduction of this nanotechnology may help with the purification of the Brim River, which I'll be very happy to see purified, because I drink the Brim River. I did everything with the Brim River as a young, but it is not a solution to long-term purification, and it's neither a solution to illegal mining. And the danger is that if we sell this idea to those involved in illegal mining and tell them that you can pollute and later put these chemicals in the water to purify, it is really dangerous because we'll be equipping them with or giving them opportunity to do more pollution because they have the money to buy. So I'm not sure this thing should be encouraged as a long-term strategy in purifying our waters, as a long-term strategy in fighting Galamsey. The government has failed in its fight against Galamsey.
Very well. Thank you very much, Councillor Owiredu. Let me have your take.
Just a quick one. I am surprised. You see, if you go along this line, you have a long way back to the government. If you go along this line, I think they have forgotten that it's just about a year ago that they were kicked out of government. They had all these fanciful, lofty ideas and they couldn't implement in 8 years, that you were so battered at the polls that you are struggling even to today. They are talking about all these ideas that you could never implement. He's using the word quick to say. You were quick to ask him that your president put his presidency on the line. What happened? Nothing. And you are behaving as if Galamsey started yesterday or January 7, 2025. No, let me remind you, you had 8 years to solve what you are preferring today. You couldn't. And Ghanaians felt that you are not able to do it. Give way. The best you could do is to say that, hey, we have failed. Let us also assist you with our ideas for you to solve it. But for him talking today, that they have this idea. He's talking about the fact that they want to dam. Napo recently said that in cabinet he's never seen anybody with very good ideas like Bawumia. He said now today is Bawumia's ideas. And Bawumia never had those ideas to give when he was vice president. Please give us a break. Seriously, let us. The professor said that this is a pilot. With all respect to him, pilot. It's like trial. We are trying this for now. And he's saying that this is to hoodwink Ghanaians into thinking, and all of you with your camera. Yes, I scanned through all the pages I could, and they all said pilot. It's not a situation to say that...
But the amount involved in having a pilot...
Yes, that is a pilot. And of course...
It's not supposed to be a worry for the ordinary Ghanaian.
No, I've already told you that
only doing this and
if you are piloting to buy this and it is $2, and you want to buy maybe 10, it's likely to be $2.
Yes, but at the end of the day, eventually you are paying a certain substantial amount of money.
No, we don't know whether it's substantial. Yes, but you can't put any amount on human health. You can't. If that is what we need to do to be able to succeed and be alive in this country, that is what we need to do. But for today, telling us as if that you have been angels in the last 8 years.
Were we devils?
Okay, as if you have been angels in the last 8 years. Give us a break. We were in this country where we have seen things that you did that happened under you. Indeed, a potential national aspirant is standing trial now for Galamsey. Let us remind him, a potential national chairman aspirant is standing trial now for Galamsey. He's the only one for now we can say that the big fish we are talking about is standing trial. So you should not be the one. And those things, when President Akufo-Addo was asked, that was Akunta mining, he said, as I am talking now, as he was talking then, that time, they were not mining. Come on. You should not be the ones telling us today about Galamsey. We shouldn't even talk about port and kettle. You are not even close to the port, let alone be calling the kettle black. You are blacker than the port. So you should not be the one telling us today. Nobody. NDC is aware that we need to fight Galamsey head on. NDC has put in place mechanisms in place to get this sorted. And
the situation keeps worsening.
No, the situation cannot keep worsening. That is why I refer you to your advocacy about
it's still on
when was the last time?
Joy FM still says the same thing. Yes, every news bulletin Joy FM gives.
Yes,
it says stop Galamsey now.
Yes, stop Galamsey now.
When you go to Joy News, there are dedicated programs that says stop Galamsey now.
Let us check the last post by
we speak about Galamsey issue on this platform almost every month. We have to. That until the bones are rotten. Until the bones are rotten, we cannot stop. And it is not an event that has to be finished because it didn't happen a day. It is like you putting on weight and said, I'm going to the gym today, and by the time I come back, I'll lose 10 kilos. It won't happen because you didn't put it on in a day. So it will take time.
And you've given me a lot of time.
No. I'm just replying to...
I'm thinking that it's because people are marking you based on the promises you gave them.
Yes.
How many months you said you were going to fight?
It said 3 months.
Who said
I'm sure that's the reason why.
Who said 3 months?
A lot of facts.
I'm just saying.
3 months.
I'm just saying.
3 months, yes. Various people made comments, but the most important one you have to look at is the party's manifesto. Did the party's manifesto say 3 months? Did they say 3 days? No. The party's manifesto, the things they have talked about that we'll do is what we are doing today. If Galamsey is the one that sank your government, then you should not be the one telling us today on how to solve Galamsey. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. Richard.
Just a quick one to also add. You see, my part of the argument is that the two major political parties are all capable of this quagmire that we find ourselves in. None of them can insulate themselves from the blame. None of them. And none should also try to create the impression that we are better than the other. Obviously, NDC is still on the course of fighting the illegal mining, just as NPP also claimed they did throughout their 8 years of tenure. So NDC is also trying their best to solve the problem. Like my brother is saying, it is not just a day event, it's a process. My only expectation would be that we should try to empower local institutions to deliver on the job. Because if, for instance, the 200,000 that you use to pilot the 1 kilometer, would they call good brain no more? 200,000 is gone. If assuming they have used the same 200,000 to look at the proposal or the technology that UMAT is putting across, if they give UMAT the same 200,000, wouldn't they have done a good job? Wouldn't they have been empowered? Wouldn't they have been capitalized? So that if assuming they are undercapitalized or they are under-equipped, the 200,000 would have equipped them to be able to do it. He is a former product of UMAT. You understand? So what would be so nice that we can say that our solution is being professed by a Ghanaian university. A Ghanaian university, because that university is where you are training your brains. You are training your young ones to grow their brains, develop their brains, and come out with various innovative ways that we can solve the country's problem. So as a matter of promise, there are none of them. Why? Didn't Nana Akufo-Addo respectfully also promise that you're going to make Accra the cleanest city in Africa? Didn't he promise us so? Before he left, what was the state of Accra?
Better.
Yeah.
It was way better.
Horrible. This Odo here, this same Odo here. Didn't you hear the president? People took him there. They said they were going to play boats and things on the Odo River. That will be going and coming like how it is in Dubai. 8 years. What did we see?
It was a process.
And so the same fight they are also fighting is still a process. So that's why I say UP, our party, Ghanaians should look at giving an alternative party the power to govern. Because if it is about these two major parties, the story will remain the same. Unless we try others, we will not know what they are capable of bringing on the table. So UP should also be the party given the opportunity to govern. That is the only way we can say that we've tried.
And stop Galamsey.
Yeah, we've tested in so, we've tested in San, and the story remains the same. So why don't you go and try something?
The best party to stop
Of course. Of course, because let me tell you, we always say it's Ghana first. There's nothing like placing our self-interest above the ultimate interest of the country. But I'm saying to you that if it is from Peter to Paul, the story remains the same. Why don't you try James? Why don't you try James? Peter and Paul, the same brothers. And the same story they keep telling now. You see the cocoa issue, everybody is heaping the blame on each other. I ain't getting my point. That's why even the Speaker of Parliament was advocating that Ghanaians, as we've gotten to this stage now, we need another alternative. And we are saying that UP should be that alternative that we can bring all their brains on board.
He used expression like haircut. He shouldn't be the one using haircut.
Listen.
He shouldn't be the one using. Yes. He shouldn't be the one using haircut. Haircut reminds Ghanaians of pains. Akufo-Addo stood in front of.
But they believe he also did the same thing with the cocoa
6,000 to
sector.
2,500.
He stood in front of Ghanaians, said there will be no haircut. You see,
but was it Akufo-Addo who said we should be paying the farmers more than 6,000?
Yes, as at the time of what the world cocoa price is. And also as at the time where the dollar was.
I think, gentlemen, I think this will dovetail into our next conversation, which is, of course, the State of the Nation tomorrow. So let's hold on. I want to do a few messages. All right, we'll start with that. I'll start with you on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Very State of the Nation address by the President. Can I get some messages, producers? Let's see if we have some messages, and then I can do a few, and then we'll get into our next conversation, which is whilst they're getting that for me. The President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has got to address the country tomorrow. And I'm sure many of you are looking forward to it. We'll have a brief take on that before we wrap up on the show. But let me do some of the messages you've sent to us. Akonsi Gariba from Tamale says, good morning, KMJ. The NDC party promised Ghanaians to use AI to fight Galamsey, and up to now, nothing has been done about it. Whoever believes the NDC capability to fight the Galamsey in Ghana must be dreaming, because all the promises they made to Ghanaians have come to nothing. The NDC administration should stop the disrespect to Ghanaians. My regards to Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. This one over here says, good morning, your Joy Prime. This NDC government led by President John Dramani Mahama is a scam and a complete waste of the taxpayer money. These people can promise heaven and earth, but produce too little. When in opposition, they promised to end Galamsey menace within the shortest possible now. Promised the youth one job, 3 people, Women Development Bank. But what are we seeing today? A high cost of electricity bills, school fees, nurses and teachers who are employed but cannot be paid, killing and murdering everywhere in the country, etc. We have indeed sold our color TV for black and white TV. Give time some time. Aziz Bayo from the Fiama Pussy Issa constituency in the Upper West region of the country. Let me go to the Alassane Sisse is here, and it says that good morning to everyone. The NPP should be the last people to be talking about name changing and pressing issues of state. If I may ask, at the time the NPP was busy renaming our universities by their grandparents, was all issues of the state was solved. That was the time NPP and Akufo-Addo and Ken Ofori-Atta were giving pensioners and individual bondholders haircuts, and the economy was managed to a junk status. When the universities' names were changed, was the change did the change bring money to anyone's table? If nothing at all, the airport has been renamed to original name. It was named when it was built. Regards to Honorable JP. All right, let me go to the next one over here. This one over here. Says, dear KMJ, anytime you are hosting, I feel happy to send my message. Mahama can chalk all the economic successes, but if our water bodies and forest reserves are destroyed, what have we gained? Mahama campaigned during the 2024 electioneering campaign that the kingpins in Galamsey must be arrested. The kingpins are arrested. Are the kingpins arrested? Yamin and Abanga are accused of involvement in Galamsey, but nothing is done. Again, I have been sending messages about mining going on under the guise of licensed small-scale mining in the Miriwa Forest Reserve in the Bibiani, here so Bekwai municipality in the western north region. You've promised to me to take it up, and I trust you, KMJ, so I'm waiting. Like I said yesterday, I'm working on it. I've been engaging the PRO of NIMOS, and it tells me that they are looking into it, so don't worry. I'll give you updates on that when I'm able to get one, okay? Good morning, Mr. Host. Please tell the NPP communicator in your studio to respect those watching you this morning. The NDC government today is far better than the 8 years of NPP government under Nana Addo and Bawumia. Sometimes the NPP communicators talk as if they were not in Ghana in the last 8 years when Nana Addo told us he was putting his presidency on the line. Looks as if NPP don't learn, and if this is how they are going to go, they would be in opposition for long. Chairman Alabode Williams in Nima sent in that one. This one over here says that, Mr. Host, I'm sorry that you have been corrupted by the NPP guy by nodding your head in support of his presentation. They were the very people who opposed the construction of Akosombo Dam. Temamoto Way opposed vehemently about our independence, and now against the use of lead BP to clean our water bodies, but couldn't suggest just one chemical method to clean our water bodies. Host, your question of how many months the NDC is going to use to stop Galamsey is very infantile. Since Galamsey is more than 30 years now, every NPP sympathizer is an enemy of progress. I know where you are coming from, so yeah. Thanks for the message, by the way. Good morning, KMJ. The technology is very expensive and not sustainable. Please, I am from Enyinem Atiwa East constituency, Eastern region. The Brim River is highly polluted upstream and downstream. So do you clean when there is still constant pollution and Galamsey ongoing? Please, the president and his government officials need to take us seriously and stop pushing the agenda and deal with them. Nana Kwesi Yimadu and Enyinem sent in that one. And over here, who do we have? Good morning, everyone. Over 1/3 of the NDC party executive at Galamsey. Yes, so they can stop Galamsey in Ghana. You meant they can't stop Galamsey in Ghana. The Ghanaian youth are waiting for the 133 jobs, 1 million coded program, Women Bank, and so on. The high cost in Ghana is now too much. We can't pay our rent, water bill, electricity bills, yet NDC government doesn't care. Christian from Sandema sent in that. I'll do the last one and then we'll get back to the next conversation. This one says, good morning, KMJ. Please, I think if all Galamseyers will put a stop to doing it from now on, the rains would be coming soon and will naturally do the cleaning by the end of August. Let not waste the little resources left for us. Stephen Opoku, Sakipon Katamaso sent in that. Stephen, even the rains right now, you're not guaranteed.
You said the resources left for us by who?
The
Let's know with the little resources left for us.
Except by who?
By who? By who?
Well, you're talking as if NDC has never been in government.
Our climate right now, you can't even guarantee yourself a better rain. I mean, one moment you're thinking it's going to be rainy season and you're seeing the sun up and nothing is changing. Where we are right now, there are certain things you can't really rely on them.
But they said there will be a lot of rains this year. You know, this morning they said there will be a lot of rain.
No doubt, but we've seen what happened last year. At times when we're expecting heavy rains, we're not even seeing the rains. You know, and that's what I'm saying, that our climate right now, there's so much happening to it, and I don't know.
I agree.
Let's just hope that it gets better. Yeah. Anyway, State of the Nation's address will be tomorrow, and His Excellency the President of the Republic will be telling us exactly where we are.
Yes, exactly.
Does it look good?
Not at all. And the expectations of many Ghanaians, including myself and even my friends here, will be that the President should use a chunk of his allotted time to apologize to cocoa farmers. If he's allotted...
Has he not done that in one of his speeches, where he even mentioned that he's also a cocoa farmer?
This is the state of the nation address.
Okay.
So the expectation of most Ghanaians is that the President should use about a chunk of his allotted time to apologize to cocoa farmers for the deception, for the pain, and for the embarrassment that he's put some cocoa farmers through. Because most of them, there's a popular saying against the cocoa tree. They go for loans, they go for monies, they go for planting inputs, and what they will tell you is that when we get our cocoa monies, we will pay. That is why we see the popular, that's the reason for the popular term against the cocoa tree. So all their projections, all their hope, their expectations have been dashed by the one-ton reduction, unjustifiable reduction of their beings, which I think and I believe that I am justified, and most Ghanaians would be, to call on the President to use a chunk of his time tomorrow to apologize to cocoa farmers. After that, he should also use part of his time to apologize to Ghanaians in terms of his government's failure to fight Galamsey. He should do that. When he's done with that, I am pro-feminine. He should be humble enough to look into the women of Ghanaian women, to tell them that this idea of women's banking that was sold out to you so much that you voted for me, I've been unable to do it, and I'm sorry. Ghanaians are expecting him to say that.
But the finance minister spoke about it.
My brother.
And how they intend to work.
How long have they been here?
They are making
as at last year, it was just
3 years
a paltry sum of what? Was it 50 million cedis that had been allocated?
Yeah. And they've got 3 years to be able to deliver that. Do you think that they don't have time enough to deliver that?
No, they don't, because it was a manifesto promise and they made it look like it was something they were going to do. So they should apologize to Ghanaian women.
For not doing it early enough.
For not doing it.
Or not doing it at all.
Yes, because...
Or won't be able to do it at all.
Because most Ghanaian women, because the structure and the prospect was very good. It got a lot of women to vote for the NDC and the President. And their hopes have been dashed. After the apology, the President should not deal with the insecurity in this country. We are not safe. For the past 1 month, it's somebody shooting another person as robbery, just not to probably robbing any pains, but our friend Sami Jemfe's father-in-law, what happened to him? So the President should use his time to deal with insecurity, give the Ghanaian some assurance that this is what you've instructed the Interior Ministry, the forces that are responsible for our security, because for some time now, it's not been good. You would attest to that. For some time now, it's not been good at all. So after the apology, issues of insecurity should be addressed. When the President finishes with that, issues of insecurity, I think the President would have to come on to youth employment. They promised a lot of Ghanaian youth, jobs. What has happened now? The rate of youth unemployment is alarming. Have you not realized these days, when you are in your car or something along the, people just knock at your door, and young people, very energetic people, asking for some bits of something to
just started?
Pardon? It's become worse.
It's been there.
Has it not become worse over the years? This is a government who got the mandates from Ghanaians on his promises. So we should hold him accountable to his promises. Are we not on the right path if we should hold him to?
Every government is supposed to be held accountable for their promises.
So that is why I'm saying his address should first start with an apology, deal with insecurity, deal with youth unemployment.
Okay.
Then after.
Which will be the last one for you? So I'll move on to the next person.
Really?
Yes, we don't have much time, but
okay.
I'm sure you've said so many things you want the president to do.
Oh, the apology is very important for me. Then after, he should give the cocoa farmers the assurance that he's going to reinstate, even not to increase the 3,000 plus that the NPP left him. He should give them that assurance. We are on our knees begging them. See, I'm a product of the cocoa scholarship. I went to secondary school with the cocoa board scholarship.
I did same.
Yes, you did same. So we are in the same soup. Can we just fold our arms and watch our farmers go through that? So after the apology, we beg Mr. President, it's doable. He can do it. When he cuts some of the losses, this proposed 200,000, 35 million for clearing water bodies, which is not sustainable. Why wouldn't you divert it? So we beg the president tomorrow, on behalf of cocoa farmers and beneficiaries of cocoa board scholarship, like yourself and myself, that reinstates the price, even if you are not going to increase it. That is what we expect of the president tomorrow.
All right, very well. Suma, let me come to you. And Council, Jamaica will have the last one.
Okay, for me, the State of the Nation address is a constitutional issue, so the president is mandated to address Parliament to update us on what he inherited, what he has been doing, and what he anticipates to do in the few months to come. Now, my point still boils down to self-sustainable activity that we can do as a country. We need to be self-dependent. That one, look, if we don't build a country that can make us self-sufficient, self-dependent, that we can do things on our own, we should have asset, we should have surplus that we can process, we can... Look, I am appealing to the president. In as much as I know his humility level, his affability level, how he connects with the people, he places himself in the shoes of the people, feeling the pains of the people, that is a hallmark of a good leader. I want to see him do so on this very day when he appreciates the pains of the people. Like my senior brother is saying, and he is leveraging it on the cocoa growers. Maybe that is his primary focus area. Because NPP, too, as we speak today, their cocoa season has come. And their primary cocoa season is that there is an issue, that prices have been reduced for cocoa farmers. So they are lashing on it heavily, because they've been looking out for scandals and looking out for issues to really latch on, which they haven't really found.
This is a national
issue. The cocoa issue has given them a breathing space, a breather, and they are lashing on it heavily. It is a good cause because, look, I met a guy yesterday who is a cocoa farmer. He told me point blank that, look, Rich, those who are growing and meeting the threshold of a metric ton and two, they are not really having the problem. Those who are growing and harvesting only about 2-3 bags, look, everything depends on that 3 bags that he has. And he has a farm. He is not managing the farm, so he has somebody who caters for the farm. What he does is that if he has 3 bags, 1 bag goes to the caretaker, 2 bags comes to him. 1 bag is for maybe chemicals and all those things. Because this year they felt that NDC didn't help them in terms of the pruning, the chemicals and all these things they didn't do. So his harvest has dwindled. But nevertheless, his expectation is that if payments are made and he's able to get, let's say, 9,000 out of his 3 bags, he could have used to pay everybody. But now that it has been reduced, that is not an issue. And then again, I am appealing to the president that we cannot be sacrificing our citizens on a silver platter when we cannot grow enough to feed ourselves. Look, when you go to Zimbabwe, what they do is that you can drive from, let's say, a stretch of 100-kilometer road, and you see vast tracts of land that have been plowed, and you see people who have been put into cooperatives. Then I ask, what is this about? They say, this is how they do it. What they do is that the government plows the land, okay, put the youth into cooperatives, because the youth are not ready to do the difficult part of the job. So they plow the land, put 2, 3, 4 people in a cooperative, they give you the ceiling, give you everything, and give you, let's say, they demarcate about 2 plots for you, 3 plots for you. Your job is to maintain here, grow, and let it be nice. You harvest. You can drive from here to Ho, vast tract of land, both on the left and on the right. Have you ever seen a place where you can see that I'm driving to Ho, and I can see a land about 50 acres plowed, and they are planting tomatoes before? Have you? You drive from here to Takrady, through to the Gomwa enclave where they have vast tract of land. Have you ever seen with your physical eye that 100 acres of plot has been of land has been plowed where you see human beings working on that field? Zero. So where are we going to survive from? And I also want to plead to the president, when you have a country that manufacturing is growing at 3.2 something percent, it is not a country we're living in. Manufacturing should not be doing anything less than 10%. At least a minimum of 15%. That should be the primary focus of the government. Because that is the place where your sustainable jobs will be created from. So if he's going to give us a state of the nation address, he shouldn't come and be talking about the soft part of it. Are you getting my point? He should tell us deliberately what we are doing to get away from the dependency on import. On import. As we speak today, government is in power. They will give you some figure, some lofty figure that maybe they have created 1 million jobs. I want to know where specifically the sector that the jobs have been created in.
No job.
Because you see, we need jobs for the teeming youth. We need jobs because without job, people will suffer. And if the factories are not growing, we are not developing the manufacturing sector, where are the jobs going to come from? So I'm still begging the president that the Volta Lake has been lying waste for several decades, ever since Kwame Nkrumah tapped it into generating power for us. What have we really done with the Volta Lake? Zero. Why should we not have that stretch of Volta Lake from Jekiti down to Adan? That stretch, all the banks there should have been plowed heavily, where we grow tomatoes, we grow onion, we grow vegetables, that we have sufficient enough that we can even export. The Pualugu tomato factory, what has happened to it? The Pualugu Dam, what has happened to it? The dam that another government promised us that it was their,
gentlemen have been speaking about
it has been their primary focus. So NPP should not be talking about promise and fail. You see, when NPP create the impression that this government has promised and they are failing, then it begs the question that what did they also not do? Did they fulfill every promise they ever gave us?
The reason they voted them into power.
And so let us wait. If they don't do, but we waited for 8 years to vote you out of power.
Okay.
So if you have to wait for another 4 years to vote them and bring in the United Party, why not?
All right. Thank you, Richard. Let me go to...
Yes, let me help Richard here. The Pualugu tomato factory has been constructed and is functioning under Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He said that if he's not done anything for the northern part of Ghana, the Pualugu Dam and the tomato factory has been done.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's been done. So it's still in his mind that it's been done. There's somebody who could not know that Psalm 23 does not even go beyond a certain verse and quoting some verse 1 something about Psalm 23. Let's go. I'm coming to... Why is Oforiata? You see, no, initially I want to be gentle with my senior. But let me remove the. Yes. The president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is going to talk about the energy sector debt that is being cleared. He's going to talk about the lowest inflation we have witnessed so far. Someone will say it's not being felt in our pocket. Yesterday, when I was shaving my hair, the Baba was saying that we are so bad as a people that he knows that price of a bowl of maize is gone down, but the kenke is still that way. He's asking himself, why won't we reduce it for everybody to benefit? So that's and he was asking, can the government force there? I said, no control price. Nobody can do that. He's going to talk about the growth in the economy. He's also going to talk about the DDEP, the haircut, the payments being made to the bondholders. That was done. That was left by the most inefficient government we've ever had. Then he's going to talk about stable economy. I wish I could tackle briefly on something he mentioned, security. I went to look at the last State of the Nation address by Nana Akufo-Addo. He acknowledged that there were issues with security in his last State of the Nation's address. Maybe my senior brother, I know, he wasn't in Ghana then. I knew that he wasn't in Ghana, so I can forgive him. Then we are also talking about, he also talked about that the teeming youth are jobless. Is something that we have agreed. 2016, there was Unemployed Graduate Youth Association that somebody between the 2016 to 2024 said that they have cleared the Unemployed Graduate Youth Association because they have all now been employed. Then all of a sudden, we have a massive unemployed youth that are knocking on the windows of cars. Maybe you were young, but before 2000 election, there was an advert that talked about the fact that we will have people on the street selling dog chains. Maybe you were young. Play it back today. And those people have gone through another 8 years. And today they are talking. Yes, look, President John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency, is one of the most amiable, most humble presidents. Recently, I watched a video. He went somewhere and somebody said, President, I love you. You heard it?
Lady,
Yes, what did he say back?
Yeah. I love you too.
I love you too. This is different from when you were talking. I was as quiet as a kindergarten patient, like a kindergarten teacher watching you. So please give me that. If ever there's chance, they will give. All I'm trying to say is that the state of the nation now, it is more stable. It's more stable. It's more stable. There's respect where the president doesn't go somewhere telling chiefs to stand up for me because I'm coming. There's stability now. So at least for the fact that we are enjoying that stability, where you cannot command your regional minister, go and tell that man, what the hell is it that I am here and he didn't stand up to greet me. Now we don't have that. You see the president going to the chiefs telling them, sit down, I'm coming to you to shake hands with you. A situation that has not been there hitherto. So for you to say today that there is so much instability or the insecurity, that is not the truth. Finally, let me come to another thing that they've left for us to clear. Our reserves. They were almost depleted. The exchange rate was, nobody knows. They themselves, they won't agree. But on the black market and on the quoted one was about 17 cedis to the dollar. We have had a very sustained figure for the forex for a long time now. Give us that credit. You see, markets react to even situations where people appear to speculate. Markets react, yes. And I know that by their history, they were able to take right from here to the British Parliament to tell them, don't give us independence. So they will do things that will make the situation appear like, oh, everything is bad. But those days that we only rely on GTV or GBC, Radio 1, Radio 2, are gone. Now you can Google. Now you can go on social media. People, the business community are aware that things are becoming more stable in Ghana. The best you can do in this situation, join us. Let us develop Ghana. Let us give Ghana the reset that we are resetting. Hitherto, there was Mahmoud Bawumia who gave a counter or alternative State of the Nation address. I am challenging him that after His Excellency John Dramani Mahama presents tomorrow, he should give us another State of the Nation address, an alternative one, and let us put it on the same scale and see if that will match today. But my final advice to my brother, very nice brother, I know, lawyer, very nice.
You're not going to ask him to come to NDC, are you?
Oh, no.
You see,
it's the way he sounded. It's the way he sounded like the very last one.
That is one thing. That is one thing I love about Edujita Meklo. He says that why do you want to weaken them so much that we have only one participant? Let him be there. Let him be there so that they can be pissing him from outside. Let him be there. No. I don't want him to
You want me laughing?
Now let's join NDC. Now join NPP. I'm just asking. Maybe you also.
No.
We also advocate in
bring them back.
There's no coming back.
No.
They are going to come back.
Oh no. I don't see that happening. What are they going there to do? When your people are trying to join them, and you are saying that they should.
Our people are trying to join.
Yes, NPP guys are joining them.
Okay. Let me do this. Let's see. I mean, this is a bit unusual, but we want to see, because it's tomorrow that the president will be speaking, we want to try and see if we can open the phone lines and get a few calls from our viewers as well to also share their views with us. Oh, it's Friday, 27th. And so I want to take a few words from the viewers as well and see what they also think or what they want the president to address, hopefully on Friday when he addresses the nation. A big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise and Kuanacha Fruit Juice for bringing us news flash this morning here on the show. You can call us. The number is on your screens. You can call and then let us know. Let us know what you think the president should be addressing on Friday when he addresses the entire nation. We can also do some messages if we have, but if anybody wants to say,
yes, give us. So yes, a quick response to what my brother said. You see, he admits that there is youth unemployment. He admits that there is insecurity. What he didn't tell us is the solutions from his government for these inefficiencies in our economy. The issue of the dollar stability, I mean, we all know what is happening. We all know how monies from gold trading has been used to shore up the city. As to whether that is a good economic policy or economic plan, we'll live to see. We give it time and see if it is something that is sustainable. He mentions the fact that Dr. Bawumia used to give parallel lectures between 2016 and 2009 to 2016. Yes, he's still going to do it. You see, the Bawumia we have today is a Bawumia who has learned for over 8 years. It's a Bawumia who has adopted various modes of leadership qualities and trusts Dr. Bawumia to deliver.
Okay.
So you get what he has asked for. Trust me.
All right, let me do some few messages.
Yeah, so we also do our comments.
As well. Richard, I'll come to you. This one over here says, and it's from Master Planner, it says, illegally mining or galamsey is really fighting this NDC government instead of the government fighting it. The NDC in opposition made all the noise talking about how people are dying, kidney and dialysis, among others. President Mahama promised to use AI to fight this illegal mining. I want to ask this morning, is that AI app still in the process of development? He should let the 1 million coders develop one for him. Is there, if there's any that exists, a government full of fulfilled promises? Ghanaians are watching closely, and that's Master Planner who sent him that one. All right. I think we have a caller. Mighty is on the line. Mighty, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
By grace, we are good. And you?
I'm well. Thanks for calling. What do you want to say?
Yeah, I want to say something about what the discussion is going.
All right, please go ahead. The president will be speaking on Friday.
Okay. What we are expecting the president to say is that our country offer is to be accepted at the stage of taking...
Oh, Mighty, we can hardly hear you. Can you reposition yourself a bit?
Okay.
So it can be a bit clearer.
Is it okay? Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
What you are is that the government team is just okay. He's not doing any better to the country because you will be saying that the tariff has come down. It's saying the dollar has come down. But when you put brackets, this has still that tariff has to be in the past.
Oh, boy.
Now they are buying it 10 and over. And you are saying that you are something better. Now, come West Places, Christian Village Park. The one comment or one house.
Mighty, I think you're speaking about...
I'm saying, and the wood cutters, how the people are suffering over. Please, we are fighting the government. Hello, sir.
Okay. Mighty, I'm sure you're talking about the CD and the dollar, but...
Hello?
Yes, we're having breaks in your communication, so it's a bit difficult for us to hear you and what exactly you're saying. But I want to believe that is the dollar and the CD issue that you're talking about.
What you're saying is that.
Okay, guys, can we get the next person, please? I think we have issues with his network. We're not able to follow the conversation he's having with us here on the show. But you can also call us. The President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be speaking on Friday at the State of the Nation's address, and we want to know what do you want him to address on Friday. You can share that with us here on the show. The number is on your screen. You can call us now and let us know. Richard, you want to say something?
Yes, I want to add something. And you see, Ghana, we need to start thinking about diversification of our economy. We need to diversify the economy. If you look at your primary revenue stream...
Okay. All right, Richard, give me a moment. Let me speak to Prince. Prince, good morning. Hello, Prince, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Okay, thanks for calling. What do you want to say?
Yes, what I want to say is, Ghana, our politicians, they criticize everything. If you look at what NDC, NPP was doing, and now, if you want to compare to, I think there shouldn't be a reason for even criticism. But because criticisms are things that makes our country grow, I think we should welcome it. But they shouldn't criticize everything. You see, at times they criticize wrongly. When you see something that's red, say it's red. But don't say because you are an NPP, you just want to paint it black. so it will look, good in the eyes of the people. Fine. Looking at things, the State of the Issue address, I would love the president to address issues of unemployment. And you see, for northern region, we have a very vast land. And if they can, engage the youth in agriculture, myself, I would have been very happy. I'm a teacher. But if they can give us tractors, we can put ourselves in cooperatives. We can organize the youth, some of the youth in northern region, and we can organize them and put them in cooperatives so that the issue of unemployment will be reduced.
Okay.
I personally, I'm interested in farming. I do farming, as well.
Okay.
But if we get tractors, equipment that can help us in the farming, why not? I think that is what I have to contribute in your show today.
Very well. Thank you very much for joining us this morning as well with your thought. And I'm sure many of yourself are out there and they're all looking forward to doing the agricultural thing. And so, yes, it's one of the issues.
Yeah, it's like I was proposing. You see, we need to find a very innovative ways of enticing the youth into going into agriculture or into farming. But when you leave it to them, you are just speaking on their rooftop, oh, go into farming, go into farming. What incentives are you giving them to go into farming? You need to incentivize, you need to galvanize them. You see, leadership is not just about talking. You need to chart the path and galvanize everybody to fall in line. We must whip everybody in line. If you don't whip the citizens in line, everybody will be doing what they like. Okay. And then you'll be lying to yourself that we are doing well, but when you are not doing well.
All right, let me pick the last caller.
But I've not finished my point too. Just 1 minute.
Let me pick the last person. Who do we have? Hello?
This mic. Yeah, KMG.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you and your panelists.
Good morning. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, this is Michael from Syntex.
All right, go ahead.
I definitely know that you read my message, so I will not go to that tangent. So definitely you read it for me.
I will do my best.
What was the tangent of the SONA? I really appreciate the good work done by the President John Dramani Mahama. In fact, we don't want to do politics in this particular issue. The government is right track. Let us the right finish mandate. You see, this propaganda politics that bringing the government, every government that power. What government now is fine. We all know that there are things in the country. He's tackling them one by one. It's not all that you can tackle in time. So here I see Kalam, security aspect, government aspect, economic aspect. All those things is a problem on the president. I am pleading to the president now that he should do the needful to curb this Galamsey issue down, to avoid this propaganda politics from the NPP. And also, the security aspect, he should make sure that he strengthens the security in this country. Because most fraud characters are going on. Most, the smugglings are going on. Even if not in this regime, it has happened before. So I want the government to tackle those things very well. And my last point is he should deal with corruption as he promised us. I am not NPP, I am not NDC, I'm a neutral Ghanaian. What I can tell the president is he should deal with corruption. If he's able to deal with corruption, he will keep a legacy.
Okay. Very well.
Because the money that let me just put it in this way, despite the fact I'm not doing politics, but the money that we realize as the Ghanaians that have gone in the previous administration without accountability is too much. So we are praying that he should make sure he tackles that aspect and retrieve our money for us. If he's able to retrieve those money, Ghanaian economy will never sink again. I'm not sure. Ghanaian's economy will be on its feet because the money that have been lost during the previous administration, it gives us a lot of wealth.
Okay, very well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for calling. Your point is made, and we're grateful that you're able to call. Richard, quick one. We're done.
Yes, I just want to admonish the government. Let's diversify the economy. You know, we've been doing cocoa politics over the years. Look, cassava is the new gold. Cassava is the new world order. Do you know the value chain of cassava? Do you know the demand? Do you know how much a metric ton of cassava is costing? It's about 11,000 plus to getting to almost about 15,000 cedis per metric ton. Are you getting my point? How long does cassava take to grow? 6 months. Do you know cassava is used for ethanol? Cassava is used for cassava flour. It's used for cassava. The demand of China alone in terms of cassava starch, Ghana all put together for us to grow cassava crop. We cannot meet their demand because it's used in the pharmaceutical industry. So why can't we have a deliberate, conscious effort that we are diversifying the economy based on cocoa to go into cassava? So now if you are able to mobilize them, you put them into cooperative and help them in cassava stem. Even that one doesn't come with incense and all these things and swollen pots and so many, the advantages of growing cassava is far much more better than growing cocoa today. So I want to admonish the NDC government that find an innovative way of galvanizing the youth. Put them into state funds, put them into cooperatives. Let them have an idea about what they can do with cassava. So when we grow the cassava, let's say, do you know, small portion of cassava, you can get over a metric ton. Are you getting my point? So if it is 10 of us who are farming, we are doing about 50 acres, 20 acres, or 10 acres of cassava. Not to think after 6 months, we can harvest and get about 3 tons or 4 tons. And if 1 ton is giving us about 11,000 plus, and we are doing, let's say, 10 tons per every 6 months, do you know how much is that we are sharing to our pocket? You see, let's find innovative way of solving Ghana's problem instead of these two major people always putting us in the tight corner. So right. UP is the new deal.
Okay, well, that will be our conversation for this morning here on the show. Oh, no, do that quickly. We're done.
So this is a special one to a good friend of mine called Ali Monami. He's Monami, we call him. He's from Achimta Krase, and he's vying to be the chairman of the NPP at the Akwatia constituency.
Oh, okay.
Our prayers with him, our support is with him as well. So good morning, Maza Ali of Achimta Krase. Thank you.
We're wishing him the very best.
Yeah, we're wishing the very best. I think he's the man for the job. He's the right man for the job.
I'm surprised you didn't wish Mahmoud Bawumia.
If he wins, we'll give him an invoice.
But once he wins, Fifi Adra, there's a guy in my hometown, Fifi Adra, you know, he tested me that he's watching us. So Fifi Adra, you are in Shia. Shia, you know, Shia is a Nodu community.
Where?
We share border with Togo.
Oh, okay.
It's called Shia. It's Nodu Township. About 11 towns come together to form Nodu. Oh. So I come from a town called Shia. Shia was developed by the Germans. So when you get to Shia, you feel like you are in Europe.
Hey,
it was very developed by the Germans. They developed.
You go there often?
Oh, yes.
Let me know one of these days when you are going.
I'm a homeboy. So Fifi Adra, shout out to you and all my guys.
Okay. Cassidy has gone to Ho and all that and back.
Yes, but again, as I said, my director of legal, Edujita Mekulo.
Yeah.
Today is his birthday.
Today is Eduji's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Very, very calm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Eduji is calm.
Oh, yeah.
He's a fine gentleman.
If you bring it, you will definitely.
My special wish for him is that he should grow as much as his clientele base has grown, and all the assets the clients have, he should have similar assets.
That's a serious wish.
I personally like him.
Happy birthday.
I think he doesn't talk much.
Oh, yeah.
He's just always behind the scenes.
Eduji doesn't talk much.
Oh, no.
I
the political space, plenty talk and all that.
I see. I've known him for very long.
Yes, maybe personally, but I'm talking about the political space.
I understand he likes lollipop, so.
Oh.
And he likes that Lumba as well.
Oh,
okay.
Anyway.
So happy birthday, Mr. CEO.
Thank you so much, Richard, for coming. Thank you so much, Councillor Kwame Owiredu, and thank you so much, my brother, also a lawyer as well, for joining us this morning, Jinega Junior. Oh, the one who sees some money. I didn't bring money this morning. That's my only problem, but we'll figure it out. Anyway, a big thank you to Franco Trading Enterprise and Koa Natural Fruit Juice for bringing us News Flash. God willing, is back again same time tomorrow here on Prime.